All right, sports fans, it's game time at the Built Ford Tough Sales event. And when it comes to trucks, stats don't lie. F-150 with EcoBoost has smash-mouth power with efficiency. And with best-in-class payload, boom, F-150 hauls in the Hail Mary. And here's a stat, pal. F-Series has been America's truck for 37 straight years. And that's a dynasty, baby. Now, during the Built Ford Tough Sales event, get 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,500 towards your trade on F-150.
Hi, this is Casey Hogan with the Tarleton Sports Network for the 2015 Lone Star Conference Online Football Media Day, and I'm joined by the 6-year head coach of the Texans, Cary Fowler. Coach, good to see you. It's been a long time. 9 months.
9 months since we were at Legends last time, huh?
So it's good to be here, and obviously the polls released today, and polls are great for media folks like myself. You're picked to finish 4th. A year ago, you're picked to finish 1st. Do the players and staff even care about those polls?
No, it's a process, Casey. You know. And we're not looking back. Did things end the way last year that we thought that they would have, or the way that we wanted them to end? No. But we've been through an off season with Coach Cole, and I still believe we have the greatest strength coach in the country. And to see the change in these kids' bodies and what we've been able to do to go through the summer to prepare for the season, we've had a great off season, and I'm excited about it because there's going to be a lot of familiar names on the side of the Texans that we plan for us in 2015.
The biggest off-season storyline really is the changes in the coaching staff. You have 4 coaches leave, a lot of them because Coach Carrigan got that head coaching job. You got 3 new guys coming in. You're going to take over the defense. What changes will we see, if any, on that side of the ball?
Well, the first thing I do is say that I lost 4 coaches to better situations.
Yeah.
And that's my mission. I've lost guys to Division I. Coach Carrigan gets a head coach job at Permian Basin, and Coach Minio and Coach Martin go with him as coordinators. Coach Kofer is the athletic coordinator and head football coach at Kimball High School, his high school, and I'm excited for those guys. But we do bring in a staff. When Coach Miller will take over the offense, and then I'll go back to the defense. And like you was asking that, there's a lot of changes that'll be made over there. There's things that I'll do different than what Coach did. There's things that he did, but you'll see more of an attacking front. It's been a long time since I've called a defense, so in the spring I had to knock the rust off, to be able to see it. But we're attack. We blitz a lot. I don't make anybody that has seen me I was a defense coordinator for 15 years. So, that's something we've done. We've always been in the tops of the league in the defense. It's just because we attack and give you multiple looks, multiple fronts. We disguise a lot of things, but in the surface of it, we're really very simple. I try to take Coach Miller's mad because I'll take an offensive player and put him on defense in a minute. And that's not something that a lot of defensive coaches do.
Let's talk a little bit of offense. Coach Miller taking over that unit. It averaged 44 points per game last year. You got at least 9 starters coming back. How lethal could that unit be?
It could be good, and I was in the first thing. Everybody thinks it starts with the quarterback. I was listening to last week. I was listening to Charlie Strong talk, and he said if the quarterback has great players to get it to, and he can be protected, he's going to be pretty good. Yeah. And we do have that. We have over 100 starts on the offensive line coming back. 4,000 right at 4,000 yards receiving through the duration of their career with Nardi Myers and Bubba Tandy. Zach Henshaw in the backfield with Jabari Anderson is almost 3,000 yards rushing. On the kick return side, we return almost 2,000 kick return yards. So, and we've got depth. We've got good depth at the offensive line. There's some young players in there and some transfers that we signed at the offensive line that I'm excited about. And they're going to push our guys that have been starters here for a long time. And we're excited about it. Zed Warner at quarterback, but I also think that there's a couple guys that are pushing, but Zed Warner's our quarterback, and he's going in the season as our quarterback. He knows he's got to fight, and there's good players coming back with Derek Kaiser and Alex Craig, who missed all of last year, that will push him. That have been in the system, one for 2 years, another one for 3, and but Zed is a quarterback, and we're going to attack it that. If he is the quarterback, there'll be a no rotation that he'll go. You'll see other guys that back up always get them in a couple series there to keep them moving. But Zed is our quarterback right now, and our kids have embraced that. That's the key.
Now you open up on September 12th against Findlay. We'll have plenty of time to talk about that game. I got to ask you, since this is the Lone Star Conference Media Day, about that game on September 19th at AT&T Stadium. You've been there. This will be your 4th time to go there, but you're playing West Texas A&M. Will that make it a little more special?
Well, we've had some really good games there with Abilene Christian, and that came down to the last seconds. Midwestern, and then last year was a very good Florida Tech team. But anytime you be able to play West Texas, and I know that they've got a great football team too, and they really came on at the end of the year being able to run the football, and that's something that West Texas hasn't been able to do, and it'll be special between the two fans. I hope that. Especially being that middle game there, that the place will fill up. But it'll be two good games because there's been some great games. Almost exact same score the last 2 years, and the game could have gone either way in the last few seconds of the ball game. And we were fortunate to be on the winning end of it. But it'll be a great football game, and I'll look forward to that one.
That's Tarleton head football coach Cary Fowler. When we return, I'll visit with senior offensive lineman Nick Perez.
Okay, pal, you want smash mouth power and efficiency? Then here's your starting lineup. Ford F-Series, #1 for 37 years straight. Talk about a dynasty, baby. Hey, it's game time, sports fans, at the Built Ford Tough Sales event.
Casey Hogan alongside senior offensive lineman from Stephenville High School, Nick Perez. And Nick, last month you were named a first-team preseason All-American last year, your first-team All-Conference, your first-team All-Region. Offensive linemen don't always get a lot of recognition. How special is that to you?
It's a great honor by this conference and just by being an All-American. A lot of people sit there and think highly of me, and I really appreciate that. Looking forward to this next season.
So last year, you finished 5-5. You're picked to finish first in the conference. Today, you're picked to finish fourth. Does this team have a chip on its shoulder?
I believe so. I think going into last season, we finished up 5-5, and that was really a downletter for this team. You never want to go out average. And I think that the best thing about that is, as a team, we've come together. We're closer than ever, and everybody's pushing each other. Expecting more because you never want to repeat as 5-5.
Now, your offensive coordinator Justin Kerrigan gets the head coaching job at Texas Permian Basin. So Mason Miller, who coached you on the offensive line, moves up to that coordinator spot. What does Coach Miller bring to the table?
Coach Miller, in all words, is a perfectionist, and it's a great aspect to him. He expects hard effort, all hard work, everything. And as far as I know, we're just expected to be really great this year offensively.
Yeah, you think about it. Zed Warner coming back, Nardi Myers, Bubba Tandy, Zach Hinshaw, at least 9 starters. How dangerous could this unit be?
This is going to be an interesting offense. As far as my 5 years here, I think this is going to be the highest offense we've had. There's just talent and ability everywhere you look on that offensive front. And it's also led by a bunch of older guys compared to usually we're used to freshmen, sophomore starters. We've got a lot of seniors and leadership on this group.
Nick, thanks for your time. Best of luck in camp, and we'll see you on September 12th.
I appreciate it.
That's senior offensive lineman Nick Perez. When we return on the Lone Star Conference Online Media Day, I'll talk with senior defensive back Brandon Moore.
Okay, pal, you want smash mouth power and efficiency? Then here's your starting lineup. Ford F-Series, #1 for 37 years straight. Talk about a dynasty, baby. Hey, it's game time, sports fans, at the Built Ford Tough Sales event.
I'm here with senior defensive back out of Carrollton R.L. Turner High School, Brandon Moore. Brandon, it's been a long time since the Texans have been on the field, 9 months to be exact. How excited are the guys to get this thing started?
Very excited. The team right now, we're doing some one-on-ones and on-the-field drills, and you can see the intensity starting to pick up even though we're still a month out or so from camp. And just the camaraderie is getting going. Everybody's back in town, so to speak, and you can just really see the competitive spirit rising.
I just asked big senior offensive lineman Nick Perez this question, so I'll ask you the same question. Today, you're picked to finish 4th in the Lone Star Conference. Last year, you're picked to finish first. You're coming off a 5-5 season. Does that put a little chip on your shoulder to be picked 4th?
Yeah, it does. And with that being said, I'm pretty sure and people that's familiar with the Lone Star Conference, we've never had a repeat champion. So I'm pretty optimistic about the 4th place. But at the same time, rightfully so, finishing 5-5 the past season.
So on defense, you've lose some pretty talented guys. A guy you know pretty well, Charles Moore. You lose Mark Martinez, Devin Figures there in the secondary. Who are some of the guys that you could see stepping up to fill their spots?
Chase Varner, picked preseason All-American right off the back there. And we have some transfers from Trinity Valley, both of them, Cantrell Gaines and Basil Jackson, along with he was already here, but he had coming off the ACL surgery. Cody Marley is a name that comes to mind, and a couple other guys.
You're going to go on September 19th to AT&T Stadium for the Lone Star Conference Football Festival. You played there a few times now. How special is that to play in probably the grand cathedral of football and playing West Texas A&M there?
It's an awesome experience, and you have to take it in the day before the game, or so to speak. We usually go there, and the younger guys, take pictures and stuff of the big old TV, so to speak, up there. And you don't want to get caught looking up there.
No, not during the game, huh?
Yeah, but but pretty much you just got to take in the experience and have fun. That's what the game is all about.
Brandon, how strange is it going to be in the secondary to not see number 9 Charles Moore? I got to ask a Charles Moore question. How strange is that going to be this year?
You're right. It's going to be very strange. Normally he's calling the defense, or Devin Figures, or they're out there echoing the call. And when you have a guy like that, a senior guy that's been there 3-4 years in the backfield, and all of a sudden he's not there, it doesn't put pressure, but it's a transition period, and that allows a lot of the younger guys to step up and take leadership roles that they haven't. And with me being a senior, I'm just going to have to be a lot more vocal and kind of trickle the duties down, so to speak, as the season goes on, because we're more focused on getting better as the season goes on.
One more quick question. How tough is the Lone Star Conference? You look at this poll released today, and Eastern New Mexico's picked to finish 6th out of 7th. And Eastern New Mexico's a pretty good football team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough conference, top to bottom, isn't it?
Yes. Like we just talked about how we never had a repeat conference championship, and I'm pretty sure Commerce is feeling the pressure on that, just as you could say we felt last year when we tied with Eastern New Mexico. But at the same time, every game, I mean, it's up in the air. Like I'm the people that are familiar with us, we lost 2 or 3 games by a field goal, and that's what it boils down to. I mean, with the explosive offense and the passing game that we have in the Lone Star Conference, with our quarterbacks going to the NFL, and a lot more of our guys going to the NFL recently, it's up in the air every game.
That's senior defensive back Brandon Moore. The Tarleton Texans open up the season on September 12th at 7 o'clock from Memorial Stadium. For the Lone Star Conference Online Media Day, I'm Casey Hogan. Thanks for watching.